Hey, welcome back to episode 16 of Bargain Hunters. Today we are chasing Robin Roberts for $35. John, how you doing? It's been a while. I think it was pre-Thanksgiving when I talked to you last. How was your holiday?
Yeah, it's been a while. Hey, Steve, I'm doing well, thanks. Hope you're doing well also. And my holiday was good. Yeah. Cold, snowy here in Western Michigan. We've got, I don't know, probably still a good 5 or 6 inches on the ground, not going, it's very slow melting. So yeah, it feels like winter and we're still like 2 weeks away from winter. So,
Yeah, it's funny because we went to Syracuse as we usually do to visit my daughter, and we went via Arlington, Virginia, to pick up my two youngest daughters, and the weather there was actually better than here. While we were in Syracuse, Chicago was getting dumped on with snow, and I had set up the outdoor lights right before we left, but I hadn't plugged them in. And when I came back, they were all buried under
oh God.
about
Oh
4 inches
man.
of snow.
Oh boy.
So it was a good time. But Robin
But hey,
Roberts,
it's the holidays now. That's for sure.
it
It feels
is.
like it. That's for sure.
It does. It's been a real cold snap here, which the weather's been so warm up until this point. It's been a little. I like the holidays. I like the snow. I like the coldness. But then right around January 15th, I'm done with the cold.
Yeah, that's about me. My birthday is in February, so I got maybe a couple more weeks where it's like it's my birthday hits, I'm like, all right, I'm ready for spring.
The
Let's see
Dodgers,
those
but then
robins.
pitchers and catchers are starting to report pretty close to that time, right? So another
Yes,
couple
yeah,
weeks. So
yep.
that's
I'm early February, and the pitchers and catchers about 10 days later. So,
yeah,
yep.
that's always cool. Robin Roberts. I had a
Hmm.
blast chasing him. I don't think either of us had a whole lot of Robin Roberts cards. I know I didn't.
I had a few. I had one I forgot I even had, so that was a pleasant surprise to see. But yeah, I had four in my collection before finding our bargain hunt here.
Yeah, I had two, but I couldn't find them. So I was gifted one combo card and one regular card. But you know, where I keep my cards, we're setting up decorations, and my wife moved the cards into a different room, and I was
Okay.
looking for them, and I know they're in a box, but I can't find them. Um, but I picked up four cards for this one, John,
Oh, all right.
because they were just such great deals. But before we jump into it, I think let's talk a little bit about Robin Roberts, because I think he's one of the more underrated players in all of baseball. Like, I did a decade.
I I agree with you there.
Yeah, I did a decade of the 50s, and he was hands down the best pitcher the first 5 years of the decade. And I would tell you, other than Warren Spahn, I think he was the second best pitcher in the entire decade. I mean, he was a beast. I did a little research. I mean, he played 19 seasons, ended up with 286 wins,
Yep.
3.41 lifetime ERA. But he won 20 games, and I'm going to read some of this.
I think it was 5 or 6 times in a row.
6 times in a row, he won
Yeah.
20 games. He led the league in games started 6 times, complete games 5 times, innings pitched 5 times, wins 4 times, and strikeouts twice. He was a 7-time All-Star. He was finished in the top 10 MVP voting 5 times. He was in the top 10.
I say that's the definition of a workhorse right there, and a great one at that. So
Yeah, and he played for bad teams. This is the one stat I found that most interesting was, he played for the Phillies from 48 to 61. In that 14-year span, the Phillies as a team they won 1,020 games and lost 1136. So they had a 473 winning percentage.
yeah.
Roberts in the same time was 234 and 199. So he had a
Wow.
540 winning percentage. So he had a 540 winning percentage on a team that won less than half their games. So that's how, it's almost like akin to, I think there was the year that 72 or when Carlton won 27 games for a team that won like 60 games. Like, that's the kind of stuff that, I
That's
mean,
wild, actually. Yeah,
yeah.
Robin Roberts was a. I mean, of course, I never saw him pitch, but I mean, just looking, I'm a I'm an aficionado of backs of baseball cards, and so that kind of lends itself to like baseball reference, of course. And yeah, I like seeing all those bolds in the early '50s. I mean, he was arguably the best pitcher in baseball. You could say you could make that argument, even if he pitched for the Phillies. They had one magical year in 1950. Whiz Kids won the pennant, and he won a boatload of games. And I was like right at the start of where he was getting like his greatness there. I think for 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, I think he averaged 22 or 23 wins over that 5-year span. I know he won 28 one year. It's like he was, and then his arm kind of gave out, and he had a few years where he was struggling, and then he made kind of a comeback in the early 60s into like the mid 60s, I think, I think he went all the way up to 66 before he actually retired. So, but
now here's
cool.
one little interesting side note that I looked in or didn't actually know about. Pretty sure I didn't know about it until we were starting our hunt here. Robin Roberts was actually a Yankee for a very, very short time. Never actually pitched in a regular season game for them. He was
Really?
I think it was before he ended up with Baltimore after Philadelphia. He was at spring training for the Yankees. I think it was 62, I want to say, and they let him go. They cut him, I think, or they traded him, something like that. But he was actually in Yankees camp one spring, which is interesting. I found that very, very interesting.
Yeah, me too. You always, it's kind of like Clemente was a Dodger, right? Like those kind of things that you find out about,
Yeah.
Like I think my favorite of all time was for the Giants were within $500 of signing Henry Aaron. Can you imagine Henry Aaron and Willie Mays in the same outfield?
That would be almost unfair.
But yeah, I didn't know that. I did not know he was a Yankee.
Yeah, I didn't either. I was blown away by that, actually.
All right, so let's start sharing cards. Like I said, I picked up 4 cards. All but one of them are well under the $35 limit.
Very good. That's well done.
The one that was over the $35 limit, it's my favorite card of his. I just fell in love with this card the minute I saw it. I wanted it, but I wanted it in a decent enough that I was going to be happy with it. And the best I could do was get it for $38. And it's this
so close.
1952. Let me.
Yeah, you want to take the screen?
Let's do that. It's this 1952 Redman tobacco of Robin Roberts.
That's a beauty.
Yeah, I love this card. I fell in love with this card, and I made multiple offers on cards at 30 excuse me, at $35, and I got turned down.
We've gotten used to that, making offers knowing we can't go a penny higher.
And this one I was watching, and it went up to 38, and then I just said, oh, screw it, and I pulled the trigger and put my bid in for 38, and I won. So,
nice. Oh, so it was an auction. Okay.
Yeah, this was an auction. Picked it up for $38.
Oh, is that Greg Morris?
Yeah, I think so.
Yep, from the sticker on the back.
Yeah.
Very cool. That's a beauty.
Yeah, I was pretty happy with it. Let me go like this and get the full screen. There we go. So these next 2 cards I picked up a lot. It was a Robin Roberts lot.
Okay.
I picked it up I put in an offer of I think $32 or $33. So I got each of them for roughly $16-17 before shipping and tax. They're GMA graded slabs. The first one is this 1961 Robin Roberts.
Nice.
Yeah, and what I found is you can find decent cards if you're okay with taking slabs that aren't PSAs all the time or SGs.
Mm-hmm.
But this one, it's a pretty nice card. So I was happy with this card because it is one of his better looking poses. And then I picked up this 1959 Robin Roberts as part of that same package, also in a GMA slab. So both those cards were roughly $16 a piece, which, that's pretty amazing that, once again, a guy as good as Robin Roberts, right? You can pick up cards for $16. So I was happy
super cheap. I mean, it's like almost criminally cheap. I mean, given his what he did on the mound. I mean, over almost 20 years. And especially his first 10 or 11. I mean, he had, everybody talks about peaks of players, and whether that, how that, like right now we're recording this one day before the Hall of Fame vote for the Contemporary Committee, and Don Mattingly is going to get in the Hall. I'm digressing a moment here. His peak was not super long; it was 5 years or so. Robin Roberts had about an 8-year peak where he was like maybe the best, maybe 10 years. He was awesome for throughout the 50s, pretty much, first half in particular. But so in that regard, I'm very surprised at how affordable his cards are. I'm realizing is my camera, might be looking backwards here. I'm just realizing that. So if that's the case, I apologize. I'm using a different camera today.
You look good, John.
Okay. It's just not showing for me. So at least as long as if it's not looking backwards too, then that's good. I got 4 cards I'm going to show. I've had 4 cards of Roberts before our hunt, and I'll go from most recent to his earliest that I have. And I'm going to start with one of his later career cards here. I happen to have a 1964 of Robin Roberts when he was with Baltimore in the latter years of his career. I can't even remember how I got this one, but I probably picked it out of maybe a box, a $5 box, or maybe a $10 box. It was probably like a $5 box. So I just thought, gosh, a Hall of Famer for that cheap, for sure. I'll just grab it. So I did. 64.
Yeah, he had a resurgence with the Orioles
he had 1 or 2 really good years with them toward the end of his career. Yep. I also have a 61.
Yeah, that's a great
I'm
card.
actually sort of collecting the 61 main design cards of the Hall of Famers. It's not like a real active goal, but I have over 20 of them and all the rookies. So it's something I'm still kind of looking at. But at Roberts, I've had for a decent while now. Nice card there. And then I also have a 59 of Roberts. So I guess we have great minds think alike. Got his 59 there. And again, this is not coming across backwards.
No, it looks fine.
Okay. Good. So got his 59. And then the last one I've had is, and you were actually with me, Steve, when I picked this up. I got this at Strongsville in 24. I've got a 54 Bowman.
I've forgotten
Roberts
about that.
In an SGC 5.5. I'm collecting, and I'm almost done actually, with collecting all of the Hall of Famers from 1954 who were not in the 54 top set. I've done a few videos of talking about that over the months and even probably a couple of years now where I've been pursuing this goal. It's about 16. I've identified 16 players and managers who were in the Hall that were not represented in the top set that year because of the exclusive contracts and such. And I have the 54 top set. And so I picked this Roberts up at Strongsville. I can't remember. I think I paid about $50 for it. But it's a pretty nice copy, and it's just a real nice card overall. So yeah, I like having this one in the collection. I've got 14 of the 16 that I've identified. I only need 2 more. Pee Wee Reese and Al Lopez. Those are the only two baseballers I need at this point. Lopez being a manager at that point, but
yeah, that Bowman Roberts is one of the cards. When I was looking for the purchase here, it's one of the cards that I was looking to grab, but I couldn't find one in a decent enough condition at $35 that I wanted to pull the trigger on. But I got a really, really cool picture of his. Really cool picture. All right.
Yeah, he's got a lot of great. You know what? And I'll mention this. I mean, I've mentioned before on occasion, if a player is on one of these posters I have back behind me, then yeah, they should be more valuable than they are. Like, if he made this place right there, it's 52 tops is right there. Great card. I don't have it in my collection. I'll tell you right now, it wasn't my bargain pickup. It's a pretty pricey card actually, and it would be nice to have in a collection. Yeah, so. He's got some nice cards, and they're affordable, though. A lot of his cards are.
Oh, he's way affordable, which is really cool.
Which made this hunt pretty good because there was a lot to choose from.
There was. So let's talk about what we picked up. So for me, John, I wanted a card from the 1950s because that's when he was really, at his prime. But it was 35 bucks, isn't the easiest thing to do. You could find them, but I was looking for one slabbed also. So I ended up picking up the 1952 Bowman, and I got it in a CSG slab at a 2.5. So
Very cool.
It's a cool card. It's it's a little beat up. It's a 2.5, but it looks sweet. And the thing I told you is I
was going to just mention that.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same picture. So I was pretty excited to add this card. The slab doesn't do it.
It looks great. The centering looks pretty nice on it.
Yeah. So the funny thing is, they give ratings on this, and the centering they gave is an 8. Wow. Everything else was in a 2 to a 3, but the centering itself was an 8. So it shows well. It shows well for 35 bucks.
Absolutely.
I'm pretty excited. I picked up 4 cards of Roberts, 3 of them from the 50s. So to me, I was really happy with this.
And in a CSG slab, it probably pops more than any other slab because that is the real highlight of the CSG. The couple I have of their slabs, their cards just show through really quick, really great, I should say, as if they're not even in a slab.
Yeah, I actually like their slabs. I mean, I'm an SGC kind of guy, but CSG is probably my second favorite slab. I like them. I like them.
Yeah, I like them too, and they're still. You can get really good deals on CSG slabs, and that's sort of, I know they're picking up in terms of subs and stuff now with SGC's boutique era. That's a subject for other videos that will probably people have watched ad nauseum, but yeah, it's an important topic, of course. But yeah, so all right, I'm excited about this pickup. And interestingly enough, we kind of had the same target, and we ended up settling on the same year, believe it or not, really? Coincidentally. So I really wanted a card of Roberts in the 50s as well, and I would have loved to pick up a slab. The card I was really trying to get was, and it's really still on my want list, was his 1950 Bowman. If you know that card, it's a pitching pose, kind of zoomed out, so you see him in like the in the ballpark. It was probably Shibe Park still at that point before they renamed it Connie Mack Stadium. It's just a really cool card, and it's from their NL pennant year. I just couldn't get it for 35 or less. Even it was just I couldn't find the right copy for me where it was just a little too beat up, or even they were almost at like 40 bucks or like just missing the 35. So ended up going a different direction. And I found this card that I'm actually really excited about. And I got it for actually way under 35 bucks. I got it for the price was, I guess I won it in an auction. Yeah, I had to have. $23.05. And out the door it was like 29 and change. Again, wow. I mentioned it was a 1952 card. It is a 1952 Burke Ross of Robin Roberts. So I went kind of different on this. The red background kind of got me. I thought it was sort of a color match for the team. And I don't know, it just kind of pulled me in.
23 bucks? Is that what you said?
I paid 23 bucks for this card. Well, here's why I paid 23 bucks for this card. It's got marking on the back. But I was fine with it. Yeah. I was fine with it. And gosh, when I looked at it, it says CG. I'm like, yeah, he pitched a crap ton of complete games. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, all right, I'm okay with that. It's just a cool card for that price.
That's a great card for that price. Wow, is that a beauty?
They're just, it's a little bit on the you don't see every day side. It's not rare, but it's not you just don't see them as much.
No, but it's got great color and perfect.
Yeah.
Like, that's a sweet card.
Now, I think the registration's a little funky. I ended up digging into these cards, this particular card, a little bit more, where sometimes the registration it's uneven. Sometimes it's like the registration's good. In this card, the registration of his face is good, and the registration of Phillies is way off, actually. But I've seen it vice versa, where the team script is pretty clear and the face is a little fuzzy. So I'm sure the print quality was just not great on these cards. Burke Ross did 2 years worth of cards, and I think they were unlicensed, I believe. But yeah, I don't know. The color on it's really good. The centering's good, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna grade this someday.
Yeah, I
It's gonna
would.
go to PSA actually, believe it or not. Even though I'm not a big grader, but I want to see. I'm going to enjoy this more on a slab, and I want to see this might be one of those like PSA 4 NK kind of cards, which I would be fine with. Um, rather than sending it to SGC for a one. So yeah, so I was really happy with this. I mean, can I enjoy it just like this? Sure, but I'm gonna enjoy it more on a slab, so that's what I plan to do.
I would I would definitely slab that, but you know me, I slab almost anything. But I think it's gorgeous card. So let's hold them up one more time. I forgot to mention mine. I picked up for $30,
That's a great deal. Already slab, that's a fantastic deal.
but that's a cool card, John. That's
Yeah, I thought it was something different.
he was well. That's the cool thing about this guy. Like he, once again, he's underrated,
It really is.
and you can pick up his
Yep.
cards for. I picked up 4 cards, and I think I averaged about $25 a card on all 4 cards, right? That I picked up. It's on, and 3 of them are graded, and 3 of them are graded, and one of them's a red man, and I picked him up for
That was a fantastic pickup.
$25. So
Yeah, that was awesome.
that
Oh,
red
I
man.
should say one more thing I should mention about Robin Roberts, because my friend, one of my good hobby friends, mentioned he went to Michigan State. He's a Michigander. So
Is he really?
yeah, or I don't know if he was born in Michigan, but he went to Michigan State. Yeah, born in Springfield, Illinois, according to his 54 Bowman. So yeah, so there you go. Little green to go with the red,
Awesome.
which is a holiday thing. So there we go. Look at that. Look at how they circled it back to
All the way back
came
into
full
the
circle there. It's
beginning.
holiday season. We're wrapping up a nice bargain hunt.
It's also football season. Go
It is.
Indiana.
Ooh, we
Go
got a big game
Indiana.
tonight.
Big game tonight. Gonna be a tough one.
Yeah,
But,
by the time this is posted, we'll know what the seed of the Hoosiers are here in the tournament. But yeah, it's the biggest game of their history, probably.
The history of their program, easily. All right, so now
This was
it's
fun.
time.
Now we got to spin a wheel.
Yep, I'm going to share the screen. So take a look at this when it comes up, John. Let me know when you can see it.
I see it.
Look how few names we have left on this list.
It's getting smaller and smaller.
So one of the
It's
things
about
we
12,
were talking, yeah,
10.
one of the things we were talking about, John, was potentially adding some more players to the list. After 1 or 2 more of these, just to make sure we have bigger pull. Maybe even a few pre-war, maybe a few junk wax. We're not sure. So the one thing I think we would love to hear from anybody watching this is that if there's a player you think we should be chasing, leave it in the comments, and there's a good chance that person will make the wheel. So would be fun.
Yeah,
right,
it'll be cool to expand the list a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun to get down here. We still have some big names on here. We still have Pete Rose, Willie Mays, Brooks and Frank Robinson. So Mike Schmidt, there's some top tier players and some great guys like Colavito, the early win that'll be fun to chase. So here we go. Let's see who we're chasing. Oh, is it Brooks?
Wow.
Wow.
Right at the last millisecond there.
I thought it was going to be Mr. Spawn, but it turns out to be Brooks Robinson.
All right.
Okay, so now let's find out how much money we have to spend on Mr. Robinson.
This will be a great hunt.
Yeah, there's
Good cards.
some deals for him too.
1958 not being one of his good cards, as many would know.
Oh, we're gonna get.
Oh, look at that!
Oh,
Let's go. All right.
$50 for Brooks Robinson. This just got really interesting, didn't it?
Mhm. I like it.
I do too. I have a few Brooks, but not a ton. He was like when I was a kid, just starting to watch baseball, in the late 60s, early 70s. He was in that World Series where he was just the human vacuum cleaner. The highlight films from that series are just amazing. Amazing.
1970, I believe.
Yeah, that was 70. Yeah. That team was so good. They went to 3 straight World Series, I believe it was, and they only won one of them. But they were a really, really good team. Really good team. This should be fun. I'm excited.
This will be really good. I'm actually pretty psyched about this one. So I'm psyched about all of them, but this one I'm really excited about. Yeah, it'll be a great chase, especially at that price point.
Yeah,
you get a nice graded card for $50. Maybe later in his career, get a decent, really nice mid grade, or just older, but still a nice like VGEX kind of thing. There's lots of good options here.
You can go down the auto path, John, which you like to do occasionally.
I do have one Brooks Robinson auto. I look forward to showing it when we get to that. And you want to mention, it's probably going to be mid to later January, I think, when we might come back with this.
Yeah, with the holidays coming up, we want to just, we don't want to be chasing cards over the holidays with everything going on. So it'll probably be middle to closer to the end of January. It'll be our first 2026 edition, Bargain Hunters. But it also, I guess I forgot to mention, anybody out there that's a Brooks Robinson fan that wants to chase with us, reach out to me, because I love it when we get fellow collectors chasing with us. It's always a blast. This one should be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. John, I know we'll talk again before the holidays, but I just want to wish you a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, just while we can on the air. So,
thanks, Steve. Same to you and your family. Warmest wishes for the holidays, season's greetings, all that good cheer. And make sure you drink a cup of good cheer or two along the way too. We need to enjoy, sit back, relax. Think of the little things that matter. So it's I try to like just sort of it's still we're all working right up to, or a lot of us are working right up until the holidays, busy pace, people are trying to get stuff done, but it's also nice to kind of sit back and reflect a little bit too. And moments like this, taking some time to just talk about recollecting our baseball heroes of the past. Always enjoy these opportunities. So
the hobby
has always been a pleasure.
Yeah, the hobby is a way for a lot of people to relax. It's funny, John. I've been retired now for a little over a year, and I'm
envious, to be honest.
Yeah, I was just telling my wife the other day, I don't know how we did it when we were working. I also just want to say to everybody watching, there'll be other video. I'll be posting some other videos, but this will be the last Bargain Hunters of this year. And we really, really appreciate all the support we've gotten from you guys. We've been really well received. And from a bargain hunter perspective, John and I would both like to wish you all a happy holiday season. Keep collecting, stay safe. Next time we talk to you, we will be sharing some Brooks Robinson for $50. Take care, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for watching.